When Claire first mentioned the idea of a hall pass, I thought she was joking. 8 years of marriage, stable enough, and she laughed over dinner, swirling her wine. It's what couples do these days to keep things exciting, she said. I laughed too, assuming it was a passing social media trend. But she didn't drop it. Over the next few weeks, she brought it up casually, framing it as modern and harmless. It's not cheating if it's mutual, she said one night, legs tucked on the couch, eyes glued to her phone. Just a free pass to explore. I told her calmly I wasn't comfortable. She nodded, said she understood, kissed me goodnight. But the kiss felt rehearsed, a polite gesture before boarding a different flight. 3 nights later, she came home late from work, and the sharp scent of a man's cologne clung to her blazer. "Relax," she said. "It's just my coworker Evan's cologne. He sprayed too much." That was the first time his name entered our home. It wouldn't be the last. By the end of the month, I knew more about Evan than I knew about my own neighbor. Craft beer, open mic guitar nights, how he understood Claire's creativity. She dropped his name into every conversation, like a new accessory. She couldn't stop showing off. I tried to reason with her. "Do you realize how this sounds?" I asked. "You're overreacting again, Mark. I just need some space. Not everything's about you." That sentence echoed for days. Not everything's about you. One Saturday, her phone buzzed on the counter. A message lit the screen. "Can't wait for you to use that hall pass winking face." The winking emoji hit harder than the words. My chest tightened, but I didn't explode. I poured coffee, sat at the table, waited for her to come down. She froze when she saw the phone in my hand. "Mark, don't look at me like that. It's not what you think." "Then what is it?" I asked quietly. She crossed her arms. "Evan and I have chemistry. I wanted to be honest before doing anything stupid. That's why I asked for your approval." "Approval? So you wanted me to sign off on cheating?" "It's not cheating if we agree on it," she snapped, bold, confident in her moral gymnastics. She convinced herself she was brave and liberated, and I was the insecure husband standing in her way. For hours, she tried everything: guilt, reason, pity. "If you loved me," she whispered, "you'd let me be free." That's when I realized love was no longer her language. Freedom meant having another man while I stayed loyal and silent. That night, she packed a bag to clear her head. She kissed my cheek. "Please don't do anything dramatic while I'm gone." I didn't. I opened my laptop and documented everything. Messages, photos, shared accounts. Every digital footprint of a marriage she was casually torching. Not revenge. Preparation for peace. When she returned 2 days later, smiling, refreshed, she asked, "So, have you thought about the hall pass?" I looked up from the paperwork. "Yeah, I decided something better." Her confident smile faded when she saw the manila envelope by my coffee cup. "What's that?" "Divorce papers," I said calmly. "You wanted freedom. I'm giving it to you." "You're seriously divorcing me over a conversation?" "You were one text away from turning our marriage into an open relationship I never agreed to." She softened. "I didn't do anything yet. You're overreacting. I just needed to feel wanted again." There it was, honesty dressed as an excuse. I spent years trying to make her feel wanted, date nights, anniversaries, trips, but what she craved was validation from someone new. "I did everything I could, Claire," I said. "But if your happiness now includes someone else, I won't stand in the way." Her expression hardened. "You can't just end a marriage like that." "You already did," I replied. Silence followed, heavier than any argument we'd had. "You'll regret this. Evan doesn't even mean anything." "Sure he doesn't," I said, sliding the papers toward her. "Sign them anyway." She didn't. She stormed out, slamming the door, a final punctuation mark on something already dead. By morning, I'd closed joint accounts, moved half the savings, called my attorney. Not spite, just protecting the dignity I had left. That afternoon, her text arrived. "We need to talk." I didn't reply. Hours later, she showed up at my work. Eyes red, voice soft. I didn't mean any of it. I was confused. Evan doesn't even talk to me anymore. I looked at the woman I'd once trusted with everything. You wanted to play with fire, Claire. You just didn't expect to get burned. Tears welled in her eyes. I just wanted to feel alive again. And now, I feel stupid. I could have comforted her, told her mistakes happen. Maybe we could fix it. But I'd spent too many nights alone beside someone who stopped seeing me years ago. I said nothing. Weeks later, the divorce finalized. She sent one last message. I hope you find someone who appreciates how steady you are. I wasn't built for that kind of love. I didn't reply. I went for a walk along the route we used to take. Now mine again. Quiet felt earned. I'd spent so long trying to fix something that didn't want saving. Real strength wasn't holding on. It was knowing when to let go. Months later, I ran into Evan at a grocery store. Nervous, almost embarrassed. Hey man, didn't mean for things to get weird. I smiled. Don't worry about it. You did me a favor. If not for him, I might have spent another decade loving someone who stopped loving me quietly. Betrayal didn't break me. It rebuilt me, wiser, calmer, stronger. When someone shows you that love can be conditional, you learn to love yourself unconditionally. No hall pass could ever replace that.